key card, but we have this one, and we have a room. Vintage VIN card lock coming in. And wow, this is a most interesting hotel room by the looks of it. Anyways, now we're inside. I'm gonna get some lights going and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm sure as you saw, we are at the Omni Shoreham Hotel in Washington, D.C. And again, I'm no longer just gonna be in Dallas. We're going national. And our first hotel nationally is gonna be this hotel. We have a map. This is a very interestingly shaped property. We're in the West Promenade. There's also an East Promenade as well. And I'm just gonna let you look at this room because I can't say I've ever been given a room quite like this one. Now, part of it's gonna be due to this place's age. Some of it's just gonna be due to other things. It does appear we've gotten a larger room actually, which is kind of nice. But coming in, you have this door with a peephole, a latch lock that is kind of falling off, and a deadbolt on this vintage VIN card lock. It seems to work though, so no problems there. I'm gonna leave those open because I have a family member with me today, which is why I got a custom key card and not the Omni one. There's a mirror right here in this odd void of space. Now, of course, we do have to remember this building is, I think it's nearing 100 years old, so there are gonna be some quirky choices in here, and you're gonna notice that. Directly next to the mirror, we have some stuff here. It appears that they've recently went to Stance Coffee, as a few weeks ago, actually, they were using Wolfgang Puck, so they must have just switched. And it looks like we have an interesting variety of Kirkland coffee from Costco, Stance Coffee decaf, and random tea from Costco. But we do have a Keurig, which these are really nice. I actually kind of like seeing these in hotels over the other systems, because these, you know, if you don't like this coffee, you can just go buy your own. This desk looks nice. We have a nice, like, very comfortable feeling chair, a very outdated looking lamp, and a newer Omni delivery sign. Here's the packet and the key card. Now, again, I'm staying at a family member who happens to be attending an event, so they gave us the event key card. Oddly enough, right as you come in, there's a chair right here. A nice one. I mean, I'm sure I'll use it, but it's a very odd choice. You'll be hearing that a lot through this stay. Just wait till we get to the bathroom. We have this table here, which this one looks kind of scummy. I mean, it's actually below the surface of this thing, so you don't actually feel any of it. No, okay, that's not. Yeah, odd table. It's a little bit worn, but, you know, in a place like this, I think that we should expect that given the decor in here. Is a mix of recent stuff from the 90s, and stuff from probably before. Oh, I forgot to mention, we also have some drawers here. Let's see what's in these. Nothing's in the drawers, but I can't say I've ever seen a piece of furniture like this in a room. This is pretty old. Interesting AC. We'll get back to that. Over here we have the television, which is one of these nice brand new LG ones with the silver rim on it. These have Staycast on them, so you can like watch TV from your phone. I really like when they do that in hotels. Here is your beverage cooler. It might be a mini fridge, but generally these units tend to be more beverage coolers than anything else, and it does work. It's nice and cold. Nothing in the drawers here. Yeah, there's not gonna be anything, but we can check, because I don't know if I trust their cleanliness 100% yet. I mean, this place, it's a very unique hotel, if you couldn't already tell. Nope, nothing in the drawers, and here's just some extra storage. You get some glasses, an ice bucket, which is kind of scummy, but, oh well. It's clean, though. I'll give them that. Oh, really? Here are the beds. Now, one thing I really don't like seeing in hotels is these decorative linens, because you never know if they've been washed. This one has like particles on it. I mean, these are gross. They call these throw pillows in hotels for a reason, because the first thing a guest does when they see them in a room is they throw them on the floor. And the first thing the housekeeper does when they see them on the floor is throw them on the bed. Not a good system. And these, they have like particles on them and crumbs. I think they've been in this room for a while. Now we have these two pillows. Now these are very nice pillows. These feel brand new. I don't see any hairs or anything on them, which is good. We can peel back this bed and look a bit deeper in more detail. Pulling it back here, it seems we're possibly doing triple sheeting. We have this nice bottom sheet, which this is actually an older style Omni sheet, because they recently changed them. Very clean. Not a single piece of hair or anything that shouldn't be in the bed is present. Yep, it's triple sheeting, so we have a down comforter in here, and then we just have a bottom sheet. These are the older style Omni sheets, but it's very clear that these have been changed between guests, and they smell fresh as well, so likely been changed. I will say 2 pillows is really stingy. I'll probably be asking for more, because I'm not using those. Sorry. In the center of the room, we have a ceiling light. I'm assuming before we had air conditioning, there was probably a ceiling fan here or something. It's just very odd, because I can't say I've ever seen a ceiling light in a high-end hotel. That's a new one. As well as that, by the bed, we also have these reading lights, which do work. They seem to be pretty nice, actually, other than the fact that this one's needing to be screwed. Really? How hard is that to fix? Okay, I'll fix that later. Oh. Really? Okay. The headboards look nice on the nightstand here. It's pretty basic. No Bible, which is to be expected, because most hotels don't give you Bibles anymore, because they just get vandalized, so they just don't do them anymore. This basically says you want them to change the sheets, you just put this on the bed, and they will change your sheets. We were probably going to opt out of housekeeping, but I don't know. I'll have to think about it. The mattresses here definitely feel like your normal Omni ones, maybe a little bit firmer, but we'll have to see how that is later. There's just some odd stuff. Now, this is the part of the room where things go a little crazy. We have this, like, walk-in closet area with a nice walk-in closet. It'd be nicer if it had a light in it, but it's as good as you're going to get, probably. Instructions on how to use the safe. We can test it. Yep, it's got a full battery, and it seems like it works perfectly. And let's see if it opens. That's important, too. Some of these buttons you have to match in. Oh, and the mechanical key cylinder was used recently, probably. In the closet, we have hangers. We have the regular wood ones, the padded ones, ironing and whatever else you may need. Luggage holder, ironing board, irons back there. Pretty standard for a hotel. Is there a mirror on this door? No, that's actually pretty odd. Most walk-in closets have a mirror on the door, but maybe this one doesn't have one. Now for the craziest part of this hotel. Now, this hotel was built in an era back when people did not have big bathrooms, and it shows. They did try to renovate it. There's like a massive step up to get into the bathroom. Now we have a regular light and a heat lamp. I can't say I've ever seen one of those. Kind of funny. We have this like pedestal sink in here. Wow, this place is crazy. What is this? The sink works. We have these nice Nest Sicilian Tangerine products. I do like seeing those. We have this vintage toilet here. It's a toilet. And there's some toilet paper, more toilet paper, tissues, lotion oddly placed here and not by the sink. And here I'm assuming are going to be, yep, our cotton swabs and Q-tips, as expected. It says not to put them in your ear, even though everyone does it anyways. That lotion looks like it's been here forever. In the bathroom here are bath amenities, conditioner, soap, shampoo. I prefer seeing them in these smaller bottles rather than those gross dispensers, so I like that. Now here's the crazy part. This is the door. This is the bathtub. This is the sink, and that's the toilet. It's like a crazy gathering of plumbing fixtures in here, and it makes it very hard to get around because, you know, you're walking to the sink and, oh, just hit that. Oh, might as well hit this too while I'm at it. Oh, don't even get me started on that. And it's just so bizarre. Now, we have this shower here. Now, since this one's a corner mounted, we have this one curtain in the back, which is clean and not gross, so I'll give him that. And we have this other curtain here that completes the enclosure. Very bizarre. We have this shower head. I will say for an Omni hotel, I would expect a better shower head than this. This is kind of cheap. I'm not a fan. But we can test it out. Is it on the shower? Yes. I'm not getting pranked today. I'm sorry. It's like an old Simmons 1980s thing. There we go. Oh, the pressure's amazing. Oh, look at that pressure, though. Yeah, you're going to be clean after this. And the water's already hot. Well, the shower works perfectly. Another bizarre feature is that this bathroom has a window. Well, if you've ever wanted to have a view while you're on the toilet, you can, I guess. This place is amusing. Here are your bath towels, so you can wash them here and dry them over the toilet. Good system. I like it. And your bath towels are here. We'll probably have to call up for some more because this is just not enough. So yeah, this was my nice but very bizarre room here at the Omni. Oh yeah, we forgot this part. We have these like 1990s flower curtains. And then these newer drape curtains, and then another blackout curtain if you don't want to use the 1990s flowery ones. Odd. Now this hotel, as stated before, was built before we had air conditioners. However, the way they did it, we have a window unit here. Now this is totally bizarre to see in a high-end hotel. I think that used to be another hotel, but it closed. So we have the closed hotel view. Here's the filter. It's clean enough. We have this GEP tag. I'm assuming it's gonna, yeah, it's got a wall thermostat right there, so we'll look at that. This is the view we have, which actually is very nice. I've heard this place has a massive pool and some really nice amenities, so we'll definitely go down and look at those. And yeah, that's my room here. As a final thing, we can look at the thermostat and see, do we have constant fan? Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and get us set down. And yeah, that's my room here at the Omni Shoreham. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And that's gonna be all for that. So let's go down to the lobby and see what amenities this hotel offers. So, I'll see you there. Alright guys, we are now in the lobby at the old Omni Shoreham. That's the entrance. There's the front desk. There's a bar to the right side. Now we're gonna look around this hotel. This is the main lobby area. Very grand, but also quite historic lobby. I love the old chandeliers. You have this like table in the center here. We have these like vintage light fixtures everywhere too. You can tell the hotel's age. Here's the restaurant. That is Robert's Restaurant. That's where the breakfast is served. My apologies if I angle the camera away for a few seconds. I have been asked not to film people, so I'm going to respect their request for obvious reasons, because they're being nice enough in the first place to let me do this. Now, we're gonna go look at the patio outside, since I think it's worth looking at myself. Open the door, man. This is the patio. This is actually what you can see on the hotel's website, which I think is kind of funny, because all the promotional material is this patio. But we can go down this stairwell. There is an elevator, I think, down here too. I don't know where it is though. But I know staff said you can request to have an elevator if you're in a wheelchair. Now you have this nice like seating area and park with a fountain. And we can go look at it since we are already committed to coming out here. I would show you the pool. It's just over there, but unfortunately you actually have to buy a spa ticket to go to the pool, and they wouldn't allow me to film anyways, so we're good there. But you can look pictures of it up online. Unfortunately, the fitness center is behind the locker room as well, so we're not going to be able to look at that, but this is the fountain of the hotel. And there is the property itself. It is a massive hotel. I wouldn't say it's the largest Omni, but it's up there, because Omni hotels are actually pretty small usually, because that's their tactic for providing better service. You build smaller hotels with less rooms so you can have more staff members per guest. Now you can go back into the hotel. It's up the stairwell. Now this is a amazing old property. Going back in, this is what it looks like. The ceiling too. It's like very ornate. I have never seen something quite like this before, but then again, where I'm from in Dallas, most of our buildings are from 1980 and newer, so we don't see things like this very often. We're back in the old lobby. There's the East Promenade, we're gonna go there. In the west, all that's over there is the spa on level 2B. That's where the pool also is. And on the East Promenade, you have the newsstand and the Morcel's, which is the coffee place. And then 2 elevators. There are another 2 elevators on the other side as well for guest rooms. Now to conclude, that's the Parkview Tower. That's where the traditional rooms are. Here are the elevators at this hotel. Again, down that way is where the spa is. It even says right here. The business center is in the lobby. It is directly, so where we came in, right after you pass where that bar is, it's gonna be right there. This property isn't terribly huge. It's got more rooms than normal Omni, yes, but we can look around and see what the guest floor looks like around here, since I am a guest on the property. there you go. That's what they look like. It's a pretty nice hotel, actually. A little bit old, but there's not much to this one when you can't see half the amenities without paying extra. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the room now and we'll wrap things up. I apologize for the short tour, but this is better than nothing. So I will see you all later. As I'm sure you've seen in my newer reviews, I've tried to see how long it takes for them to send up things like soap, towels, etc. For the first time ever, it took no time at all because I have a do not disturb sign outside, right? They noticed I was leaving and the housekeeper asked me, do you want any extra towels or soap or coffee or anything? And without hesitation, they gave me some new towels and some more coffee. And as well as that, they also gave me some extra bath amenities should I need them. So yeah, I think this hotel takes the trophy now for the fastest delivery because I didn't even have to call. Can't say I've ever had that happen in a hotel before, so... I will say the housekeepers here are also all really friendly. I mean, they all say good morning, you know, hi, bye, etc. So, all of the customer service here can be spotty at times. I will say, housekeeping though, they got that down perfectly. Alright, today's the last day of our stay. We are checking out late at 2:45 today. But anyways, like I do in most of my reviews, I want to kind of go over how it was, what I did like about the place, what wasn't so great about the place, and overall just how it went. So we'll start off with how it went. Overall, I had a pretty pleasant stay here. It's definitely a unique hotel, and I can't say I've ever stayed in a place quite like this one, but it's been fun for the most part. I mean, there's definitely a few things that you should know before coming here if you decide to book this place, but it's certainly been an interesting hotel. One thing I will say, having stayed in quite a few other Omni hotels in the past, is that this one doesn't appear to be nearly as strongly branded as some of the ones that I've stayed at back in Texas, so that is something to know. I mean, it's an Omni, but here I wouldn't say you're getting the full Omni experience. But perhaps that's just how Omnis are outside of Texas, I don't know. But Omni is Dallas-based, so I'm sure the ones in their home state are going to be much better regulated because the corporate office isn't that far. And here, of course, you need to fly out to get to this area, so it's a bit different. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But where it counts, and where Omni is most famous for things like food and beverage, rooms, they nailed that, no doubt. Though anyways, let's see about things I did like about the room. First of all, the room is huge. It's honestly what some would probably consider a suite, even though this is just a standard deluxe room, which is the most common room that this hotel sells. They do have traditional rooms as well, but those don't have air conditioning, so we didn't book them. At least that's what I was told at the front desk, that they don't have AC in that part of the hotel, and it's in that off building in the back. It's not very nice, so we decided to go with the deluxe room on the reservation, even though it's like a $75 upcharge, I think, to go for a deluxe. It was worth it, in my opinion. Anyways, the reason why this room is so big is the bathroom's not in this corner, it's over there, because in most hotel rooms the bathroom would go out here, stop right about there, go that way, then you have this mini entrance hallway, and then the room itself is really small because the bathroom has to take up space. But in this part of the hotel, what they did was they put the closet and the bathroom in their own separate room here, so that way they're off to the side, and you can have a bigger bedroom as a result. I'm sure back in the day you would have had like a mini living room in here as well. They still kind of do, but it's not as big, because it's been rearranged to meet the needs of the modern traveler. And looking out here, it does appear that all the rooms in this part of the hotel do share that layout, so we're not alone in this layout. Now, as for things I liked about the room, there was actually quite a bit to like about this place. Starting out, other than the room being huge, the thermostat worked really well, so did the AC despite being a window unit. There's no energy saver as well, so you can set it to whatever you like, leave the room, and it will keep your room at the temperature you want. It won't just like turn off the AC to 80 degrees when you leave, which is nice. I do not like when hotels put those things in. The beds were really nice. At first I thought these beds were really hard, but they're actually not that bad, and I still got a really good night's sleep in this place. They give you everything you need on the nightstand. Come on, focus. There we go. All the amenities you could ever need on a nightstand are here. We did not get the tissues from the hotel. That came from a gift shop. Anyways, the room was overall very nice. They gave us plenty. The curtains were good, too. No light got in the room when it started getting sunny outside. The view is pretty nice, and they cleaned the windows. The Sheraton could really use to copy this place's homework, because the Sheraton cannot keep their windows clean, which sucks because that place has amazing downtown views. But the Sheraton's a special case around here. I will say one thing I was not a fan of, and I don't really like when hotels do this, so this is not a mini fridge, it's a beverage cooler, so it doesn't actually work as a fridge, and you have to call up a separate fridge. Like, come on. I'm not a fan of seeing those in hotels, honestly, but at least you have something to cool down your beverages. The K-Cup machine was also quite nice, because it's nice being able to brew your own coffee rather than just drinking whatever the hotel gives you, because some of these hotels have terrible coffee. The closet was nice, very open. They also have this really nice safe. This can definitely fit a 17-inch laptop easily. You may have to squeeze it in there, actually, but it will fit. A 16-inch will no doubt fit in there. It fit everything I need. It's a pretty big safe, so I do like seeing that. I love how the closet also has... You could actually steal these hangers, and I'm sure they would charge you quite a bit if you did. There is a light in the closet. Well, a light that kind of shines into the closet. It works. Even the pull-out bed linens were clean, or the extra blanket and pillow were clean. I couldn't find any hairs through the bag, which is usually a good sign. The bathroom, despite it being really crazy and weird, the water pressure was amazing. And the water got hot really quickly as well. If you just leave that on hot for 2 seconds, it'll be scalding hot very quickly. Which is good. The window actually was really nice to let some natural light in the bathroom. I think it's an interesting feature, and I can see why no hotels do that anymore, but it works. The shower was actually pretty nice, all things considered, even though that shower head is not my favorite. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit to like about the place. The TV's also really nice. It's not as high resolution as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty good for a hotel TV. Anyway, so let's go on to things that aren't so great about this hotel, or at least worth considering if you want to book this place. Although the cleanliness here is great, there are maintenance problems. Now, this is an old building. Old buildings are never-ending maintenance projects. I own a house from the 60s. It is a never-ending maintenance project. I cannot even imagine what it's like here, but it's stuff like this. Like, you could paint over that and make it look better. This is falling apart. Like, it's things like that that kind of add up. Wallpaper, having, like, gross things on it. Like, I get you can't clean this kind of wallpaper easily. It's this textured stuff. It's really hard to clean, but that's why they don't use this stuff in hotels much anymore. As well as that, like, the lampshades in this place, honestly, they look like they're out of 1985. They probably are. I don't think they've ever changed these. They're all yellowed and gross, and honestly, they should have been thrown away 5 years ago, but they're still here. And it's stuff like this that can really make a room in a 4-star hotel feel like a room in a 2-star hotel. And this one's all, like, stained on it, and it's gross looking, like, ew. This one's the worst of the three, because it looks like someone got in a fight with this lamp and punched it, and now it's all cracked and got holes in it. Like, come on. Just throw the lampshades away and replace them. It's $3 for all 3 lamps. Lampshades aren't expensive. It's not that hard. Additionally, if you do not like having white noise in the room and opt to not have the constant fan, since it is a window unit on this AC, it will let street noise in, as you can hear. At night, it's not as bad because, it kind of calms down, but still, it could be a problem for some people. If you're not a fan of crazy bathroom layouts, as seen earlier, maybe this one isn't the one for you, because all the rooms, from what I've heard, seem to have this same crazy layout for the standard rooms anyways. The traditional rooms, which are the unrenovated rooms in the Parkview Tower, have normal bathrooms, because that place was built in the 70s, so it's a bit newer. But don't expect a big bathroom if you book this place. Though there's one issue, though, that I think really that overshadows all the smaller things. Like, there's one issue that's honestly inexcusable for a place like this, and that is the elevators. They are horrible. There's no nice way to put it. they need to go. They've needed to go for a while, and they're no better now. As far as I can tell, the hotel does plan to modernize their elevators very, very soon, so they won't be here much longer, but all of the ones on the east side were fine since you have these two, and there's actually an extra elevator right there that you can use if you're a guest. They actually serve that part of the hotel pretty well. They're actually quite fast as well. But in the west side here, notice we have this extra set of rooms, and there's no extra elevator on this side of the hotel. So these are very slow. They stop at every floor at peak times. I don't know why on earth they're so tiny too, because they're very, very tiny. They're just not good elevators. They need to go. They need to be replaced. Something needs to happen to them. I get it's an old building, but 2 is just not enough for this part of the hotel, and even the hotel knows that. So if you're after faster elevators here, this hotel, it may not be the one for you. Ask for a room on the east side, because those tend to be a little bit better, because you have that extra elevator to help too. Well, yeah. Overall, this hotel, I think if you're staying here because your convention's being hosted here in the area, it'll be a great hotel. The location's really good. We're in Woodley Park, which is actually one of the safest parts of DC, because DC's really not a good area, but Woodley Park on the crime map is dark green, safe as it gets, you know. Crime is very rare around here, never happens. It's really the kind of area where you can walk alone and nothing's going to happen. I mean, I did it earlier and nothing happened. I felt very safe. I mean, obviously keep your guard up, but it was, you know, nothing wrong with it. Now, if we talk about how you get here, they do not offer a shuttle service. I'm assuming because DC traffic is horrible. But on the Metro, it's about a 40-minute ride. It was very safe on the Metro. We did take that in to get to this hotel. Very safe. There's security at every station. If you don't know where you're going, the station manager will help you and point you in the right direction, because that happened to my family member and I, because we've never been on the Metro before. You can buy a 7-day pass or a 3-day pass, and those can also be reloaded if you ever come back to DC, so you don't have to buy new ones every time, which is a really cool feature. And as well as that, it's just a great value overall, because I think that if you buy a pass, it works out cheaper than if you took a taxi everywhere. So yeah, and unlike places like Dallas, DC's like actually well served on the Metro, so you don't have to worry about, you know, going and having to walk 5 miles to get to where you need to go, because the DART is like that. Unless you're in downtown, of course. But yeah, the train station's about 5 minutes away. You can take an escalator or an elevator down. So yeah, Metro pretty easy. Area very nice. There's also a zoo nearby. We did not get to go there on this trip since I've been busy, but it's overall been a nice trip. This hotel is really a nice hotel, but if you're after something with like the most modern of hospitality, this probably isn't the place for you. But if you want something a bit older, or again, your convention's putting you here, I think you'll enjoy your stay. It's been a fun place. It's the kind of place where the quirks of the building will keep you entertained. Though yeah, it's been a nice stay. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And that's going to be all for this review, and I will see you next time. 'Cause I found my way.